Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. Warm winter wishes to you in whatever way you celebrate this festive season. We are making gift tags using paper pumpkin stamp sets, and I made my own gift tags, and I'm going to show you what inspired that. And this is a kit from Stampin' Up! Christmas Giving stamp set, and it's got these great big large gift tags, which I absolutely am in love with. I am using these for my family's don't know what an envelope's doing in there. Some other things are in here that shouldn't be in here, but anyways, this great big gift tag. I made myself a template. Let me put that back in the box. So, I'm going to show you my template. It even says template on it. Ta-da! And I made myself, I took, what block is this? An E block. And I took the to and from, I cut it apart. You can see it's cut there. And I used some other ones. It says to, a gift for you, Merry Christmas, and from. Now, these are from Paper Pumpkins. I'm going to show you those stamp sets. And that's my template. That's not all we're using. I got tons of Paper Pumpkins. Now, I must apologize. This stamp set, this Merry Christmas, is from the Giving Gift Kit. I've also used Just For You. There's plenty in there. But this is the one where I got my to and from. And I lost my sleeve somewhere on my desk. So it's on the sleeve and not on the stamp set. So I'm not sure what set this was. But it was a Paper Pumpkin set. We also used this holly on our gift tag. And then we're bringing in, this was was available last time I looked on the catalog. Love Santa tag kit. I used those last year for my Christmas for my family. Absolutely loved it. We are using this large one. I've already got it stamped and I fussy cut it. This large bow. So that needs to go back in its little sleeve, wherever the sleeve is. Hold on. Don't want to lose them. So we're using that. And then this one is also, this is a Paper Pumpkin kit stamp set from 2021. Gifts galore. It made these cute little boxes. And we are using Oh What Fun from that set. That's for the first gift tag. And I'm like, we have these Paper Pumpkin stamp sets. If you're a subscriber, let's use them. So that's what I have done. So you can see it even still has ink. So my template, I'm going to show you what this is this is a 3.5 by 5. There's the 3.5. It's by 5. Now, if you go, let me turn it this way. From here to the mark where you cut your edge is 4 millimeters. And if you go from here to here, it's 1.5. Now, what I simply did is I took that large tag, I traced, and I cut them. And I have cut stacks of these, okay? Stacks of them. That, though, is my template. I'll be keeping that. Now, this is, I'm using some retired product, but that's my cute little card. And this is the one we are going to do. This is some real red ribbon from the clearance rack that I purchased, and I'm using that. I made myself a little bow. I stamped that bow twice in Old Olive, and I stamped that holly leaf set in Old Olive. Then I went ahead, and where is my sponge? I should have a little old sponge in here somewhere. That will work. and the old olive pad, which I put up. So I'm going to take this. And I'm just sponging around the outside. You can do this with a sponge dauber. This was closer. I have a little container with a whole bunch of these old ones that need to go in the rubbish bin there. But I'm using it for now. So we're going to get these done. Just putting a little more ink on them. There we have it. So next we need to stamp that Oh What Fun. So this is some Retired Stampin' Up! DSP that I had in my Christmas stash. So here's my paper. And I am literally using scraps of paper to create these that were all over the place. This is scrap paper that was in my, I have a container with paper in them, retired papers. So I'm going to stamp Oh What Fun in Real Red. Ta-da! Alright. Oops. Close that up. I can even put that away because we won't be using that again. And the old olive. Let's get that way out of the way. So now I'm going to punch this with a 1 3/4 inch punch, or use one of the layering circle dies. This is faster for me to do on camera. So that's it. Now, scraps. Okay. I am going to use that decorative circle. And it's gonna barely make it. This is gonna be a little off, but that's okay. And I'm going to pull some of these off. This I will keep. That I will keep. The rest needs to go aside. Now we're going to mount this on dimensionals, which, where are the dimensionals? I have them out, oh, right in front of me. Don't I have, I thought I had some out. I do. They're in this little dish. They normally are not there. So we're going to stick just 2. I mean, it's a gift tag. 2 on there. Okay, so there you have it. Now we can start putting this together. In fact, the green in this is always artichoke if you are interested. Used to be one of my very favorite. I still have a little bit. I don't have the ink pad anymore, but the paper I can always use. So I have this kind of offset, like so, and now I'm going to glue my bows. One here, and the other, like so. Now this I'm putting on a dimensional, just one. Guess I can put that back in that little dish, though I'll probably not know where it is next time I need it. So we're going to pop that right up there because we need room for our bow. And Stampin' Up! Used to have these really thick glue dots. They don't anymore, but I still like to use them on large bows. So I'm folding this on top of each itself. Popping it right there. And there is my bow. Now I'm going to, there is a difference in these bows. This one is by hand. This one is using the bow maker. The bow maker makes a nicer bow. It just does. So you can see I have some little snowflakes, and here is my little dish. A friend of mine's husband, Mr. Butch Baker, Jackie's husband, gave me this because I kept losing my needles. He went into his Garagey's like, you need one of these. I'm like, okay. So there we go. Oh, I have these just sitting around. I thought I would use them. That, however, has lost its little stone. We'll pop that back down. And I'm just using things that I have. And so far, ta-da! That is our quick and easy little gift tag. Now, we do need, like, where is Crop-A-Dile? I look where I normally put it, excuse me, and it wasn't there. So, here we go. And Stampin' Up! Doesn't have this red and white. I got it at the dollar store. And I'm using it. They used to have some cherry cobbler, which I used all of that up already. And there is my gift tag. And on the back, it's pre-stamped already for time to A Gift for You, Merry Christmas, and from. I love these. Absolutely love the size of a gift tag. Okay, so I'm going to set those aside. We are making one more. Are you ready? Ta-da! Very simple. This is using the Celebrating You DSP, Hostess DSP. Their little snowflake punch you guys have seen me use. And these I want to show you is from the October 2020's Joy to the World. We are using the wreath, the joy, and To the World right here, which I already have To the World done. I have a joy done. If I haven't lost all my little pieces, you'll see them here. And here, you can see some old cardstock. Can't use it for anything, but the back is white. And here is my 3x5 piece of DSP. I'm going to show you how I did that. I'm going to set this aside. So I took some glue. This is how I did the others. I married them together like so. I'm going to take my snips. And while we have that Crop-A-Dile here, I wish they would come back out with a new one. Stampin' Up! I love this one. It is better than any others out there. I even bought a new one couple of years ago, and I took it back because it didn't work half as well. So there is our tag. Note for self, before you decorate, stamp, okay? So we are going to be using Poppy Parade red, because that's one of the colors in the DSP. This has been coming so handy. And I'm keeping it on the block until I am all done. I'm going to give it a quick clean here. Yikes. Alright, so that's going back there because I'm going to need that again. We will not need Poppy Parade again. So I'm going to stick it back in its spots. So that is ready. We can even put, I have some of that yellow string, yellow and white, which ties in with the crushed curry. I did 13.5 inches on this twine. The reason being is I wanted it to be able to go in on itself, and that seems to work. So we're going to set that up there. And I have, this was a scrap piece laying on my desk. Here is that wreath. And we are using shaded spruce. So I'm going to ink this up and stamp. I'm going to give it a minute while I close up that pad. And I'm going to do a little turn on my old Stampin' Up! Tower from my ink pads and put that away. Ta-da! All done. Now, I wanted some, you can see this one. I don't have the Stamp and Write marker of Granny Apple Green. So instead of doing an inkwell, I took a block, stamped it in my Granny Apple Green, and I took a Stamp and Write marker, I mean blender pen, not marker, the blender pen. And I'm filling in my leaves. Not all the way. I just don't want them so stark white. Just giving them a little kiss with some ink there. Yep, that will do it. I will clean that off in a minute. Okay, so next we are going to use that decorative circle punch. I'm telling you, the punches are, for me, a go-to for my stamping. So you can turn it, do whatever. I just punch, and it works great. I'm going to set that back up with my scraps. And, oh, yes, really, look at the sponge. You can see it's all over my hand. I took that Granny Apple Green on there, and I brought it quite a ways in. Give this wreath some more color. And then in the center, I just pounced a bit. I didn't want it super green in there, just wanted it really like that one. Set those aside. Next we have our little elements that I've already done. So here is our sample. Bring in our gift tag. We need dimensionals for this, and I almost was like, where are my dimensionals? This one is going to need at least 3. You could get more detailed on this. Ooh, you know what we forgot to do? At least I forgot to do. We're going to center this one. I didn't get it quite centered. My little berries. And that was Poppy Parade berries. So, you set the Poppy Parade up here. And to try to get them as even as possible, I go 4 corners. Okay, 4 corners, then in between, and to me that makes them spaced out quite evenly on there. Sometimes these newer pads cases just are harder for me to close. So I have Joy here that we stamped, or I stamped in Crushed Curry, as that's one of the colors, and I like that bold yellow on here. We are going to stamp that in the center, stamp it, placing it in the center of our wreath. And here is Joy to the World. I stamped in Pacific Point, bringing in that blue. I'm not going to worry. There's just so very little that hangs over. I wasn't worried about putting a dimensional on there. And then what I did is I kind of looked, and these little snowflakes, I'm adding them to the baubles. So we're going to stick one over here. And these were punched out of a very small scrap of Pool Party, which is in this DSP, and right there's a perfect one. And my friends, that is it. Now you will see there is a difference in the joys. I like to outline things that I fussy cut, and I took the light Pool Party and I just went around all the words on that one. This one I chose not to, just to see what it looks like, and they both look awesome. So let me get the other 2 gift tags down for you. So there's one, and there is 2 giant gift tags. And what a great time I will have Christmas and letting my family figure out whose gift tags are whose, because they gotta flip them over. I'm not gonna be able to do it this year, but I'm gonna do most of their gifts. They'll have a few that are not the same, but what I like to do is make them identical gift tags and only put their names on one, and that way they know all the tags that are decorated that way, those are their presents, and I don't have to write 101, you know, names on them. But I think it's a great way. I tried to keep the tags last year. They did let me. They were like, Mom, you will just make new ones. They're so funny. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Gives you an idea for, you know, you could stick these on a card. I have a card base here. I have a couple actually. Working progress. So this is a Granny Apple Green card base. And isn't that lovely on there? That would make a really cute card. Even that way at an angle. I love this large tag size. That actually makes it show up better. The pool party, not so great with this one. Not bad either, but you can see the tag a little bit better. And I hope you guys are enjoying this wonderful season. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Make a comment if you have time. If you are looking for a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator, but I don't have to be. If you have a demonstrator, stay with your demonstrator. Always looking for new customers, new people to join my team, but that is not the purpose of my videos. My videos is to share my love of paper crafting with you, and that is my sole goal, and I love your comments. Sometimes I'm wondering if I'm even reaching anybody, and then I get those comments, and they just make my day, my week, my month. And I want to thank you all for subscribing and for commenting. You're wonderful. Merry Christmas, everybody, and come visit me in my wonderland. Bye-bye now.